that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. And we just slow down. For you and I are safe and sound.
Well, welcome to Wednesday. My goodness, did anybody happen to see everything that hit yesterday? It is heinous, it is demonic, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure Melanie saw it on her news. I did share it in Discord. I don't feel the need to really get to the nitty-gritty details. I will highlight some. I do want to do a little op-ed real quick, if that's okay with you. I have seen a few, well, you know how things go when someone wants to tell you how to act, okay? Woo. I saw a post saying there's no need to share his picture anymore because he's not missing. Well, it's an active investigation. It is an active investigation. There's more coming. Investigations take a very long time. I mean, a very long time. And it seems to me that there's more to this than just the two scumbags. I want to say right now, thank you so much. Jovi is back. We have missed Jovi. Jovi, I am so happy you're here. While we get back to saying hello to Jovi, because she's been gone for a while, let's go ahead and say hi to Mike. I got a cough. Hang on.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
That chick don't want to hear it. And of course, what do we do on Wednesdays? We wear pink. Jenny says, I got my pink on. Junebug's here, also known as Jules. Rapper, do you have pink on? Do you have pink on? Cat's Hat Hodgery, do you have your pink on? Now, I see where people are coming from. There's 2 children healing, but we also know that in my state, we also know in Melanie's state, Shonda's state, and anyone that lives here, we know the hot topic right now is what has happened in Caddo County. It's on KOTV right now. I just looked up on the screen. George Cole Jr., Kimberly Cole. People want justice. Anytime somebody wants to silence something, that says a lot more about them than me. Okay? It says a lot more about them than me. Oklahoma knows. It's everywhere here. We all know. So if KOTV can put his picture up, and KOCO and all of the other outlets, why can't I? That is insane. It is still an active investigation. And what came out yesterday is beyond disturbing. It's beyond disturbing. I mean, there are 2 children healing. OSBI said this is a very active investigation. Good, I say. You know why? Because if you do something fast from a investigative standpoint, it becomes sloppy. And people get away with heinous crimes. I will never say to law enforcement, you better step it up, buddy. You better get ready. You better be doing your job. No. I want the I's dotted and the T's crossed. Now, if I had read these documents last week, they became available yesterday, I would have bet that RJ was somewhere out there deceased. I would have, because these are horrific injuries. They truly are. They truly are. And I mean, they're bad. They're bad. Before we get to it, let's tell everyone good morning. All right, going back just as a friendly reminder to how disgusting Kim Cole and George Cole are. Just a friendly reminder because, I mean, they lied point blank to everyone. There's George Cole. He's in jail. On Monday, when the charges dropped, today is Wednesday, when the charges dropped on Monday, he couldn't handle them and he had an idea to check into hell early. He is in the hospital now, and overnight, our local news reported that an event happened, and now he is in critical condition. Isn't that convenient? Then we have Kim Cole. She has horrific charges along with George on the screen. 2 of Kim's charges are behaving, I'm going to put it this way so YouTube doesn't get upset with me. She was behaving sexually with dogs. One named Bear and one named BB. Can't make it up. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Rapper said, B. Harley, are you new here? No, B. Harley's been here a long time.
Yeah, Evan, that's right. The OSBI officially joining the search for Ryan Davis Jr., and they tell us today this disappearance is now suspicious.
Okay, remember, this is from before the charges dropped yesterday and from before RJ was found on Sunday. Now, when we get to some of the details, because no way can I put it on YouTube, and I mean no way. No way, no how. This is what the mom and stepdad said.
When it gets to a point where it's multiple days and we're still not sure where this boy had gone, it's suspicious.
Ryan Davis Jr. was last seen near 4th Street and Grand Avenue in Chickasha last Friday. The longer he's gone, the more law enforcement are stepping up their search for answers.
There's a lot of unsolved questions about, where he exactly, not only where he is, but why he is missing at this time.
The OSBI stepping in on Wednesday to help Chickasha Police Department investigate the suspicious disappearance.
When we're talking about a young boy who is missing and has been missing for multiple days, there's not too many resources that you can use.
The missing child's mother thankful for the community's support and pleading to see her son.
I want to thank everybody that has helped.
Bitch. I want to thank everybody that's helped. Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's helped. I just want my son back. Well, we know why now, because I read the documents. Now, when some people say they should never have released those, it is a criminal investigation. And here's some breaking news for you. It's not just RJ, as if that's not enough. It's also his sister that had horrific things done to them. It seems to me, from what I'm reading, the heap of abuse was put on RJ. He is a little hero. Okay? He got away from Sodom and Gomorrah there on the screen. And whether he realizes it or not, he saved his sister. Okay? He saved his sister. And that is the truth. Okay, Pam, I like your jokes. I do. But I need you to show respect to these victims. Okay? I really do. And I have something else I've got to take care of after this show. You and I spoke about this morning. If you want to tell jokes, come in before the show and chit chat.
And pleading to see her son.
I want to thank everybody that has helped, and anybody that wants to continue to help is needed and wanted. And we just want our son back home. We want him back.
Law enforcement officials.
Lying bitch. Lying bitch. Now, I can tell you right now, she wants her son back to be in control of him so she doesn't get in trouble. But somebody connected a couple dots and they knew this is not just a kid having a fit and ran to another friend's house and says, I don't want to go home. They knew more was going on.
Asking for the community's assistance in finding this boy.
We are still taking tips. We're taking calls. We're doing everything we can to advise the people here in town and on the outskirts that if you see this boy, know of where he might have been, to please contact us.
The OSBI did tell us today that they do believe that Ryan is still alive and they are still continuing their search for him. Live in Chickasha, Patrick Talbot, KOCO 5 News.
Okay. Jean said, as atrocious as it sounds for us to hear, they lived it. At least we can do is hear their stories. Because I can tell you right now, the siblings, both Ryan and his sister, who I believe he saved, and the animals, because he was the one that got away, came out with his hands up, crying, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Now, truth be told, his sister had already been taken from his mother and stepfather. I believe his stepfather is the sister's biological father. So they obviously had that type of sense. I'm so pissed off at these monsters, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how bad it is. I can't even tell you. And again, I am not going to go through the disgusting details. I'm just going to highlight a few so you get the gist of what's really going on here.
Yeah, Abby, that's absolutely right. The OSBI giving us new details today regarding the arrest of Ryan's mother and stepfather. They face multiple counts of alleged child abuse, but the OSBI's focus in this investigation, or their primary focus, that is finding Ryan and making sure he's safe.
This is extremely sad. This is a horrific case so far for everybody involved.
New details coming to light about what might have led to the disappearance of Ryan Davis Jr. last Friday. His mother and stepfather arrested on child abuse complaints.
You're talking about a 12-year-old boy, where it was seen that he was, living in a household where he didn't get to live a life of a normal 12-year-old boy. It was deemed that it was not a safe environment for him. So that's why these two parents are behind bars at this time.
Despite those arrests, the goal has not changed. Find Ryan and find him quickly.
We do believe that he is still alive at this time, and so we're doing everything we can to locate him.
All we want to do is lay eyes on this child, get him the medical care that he needs, and assure him physically and emotionally he will not be returning back to that environment.
He will not be returning back to that environment. Okay? His sister has been removed. He is still being processed, according to KOTV this morning, at the hospital. Because as you can see from the court documents, he has some serious injuries, even though OSBI says, he has no physical injuries. Breaking news, police can lie to you. They have to put things out publicly so they don't bias a jury. But the court documents speak for themselves. But he's not going back to them. And the charges that are out are woo. Not to mention George Cole Jr. caught another charge in Grady County for, once again, big O shocker, a felon in possession of a firearm. But now he's in the hospital in critical condition. What do you know?
Officials focusing their search on Ryan in Caddo and Grady counties.
Everything that we've been able to see so far, we do believe that he is somewhere in that area of these two counties.
And investigators say they need to hear from you if you have seen Ryan anywhere in the past few days. But my colleague Kylie Thomas has also been on the ground here in Chickasha looking for new angles or how people are trying to help find Ryan. You'll hear more of that at 5 o'clock tonight. Live in Chickasha, Patrick Talbot, KOC.
They were begging the public, I need someone to come out and say if they've seen him. Now, they had some false tips. Turns out those came from his own mother. And go ahead and take a big gander at her when she said he was witnessed at all these different places. Bullshit. Now, before we get to our next segment, On the 12th, today's the 14th, Anadarko, Oklahoma, George Franklin Cole was charged with 14 felony counts, including 8 counts of child abuse, 1 count of SA, 3 counts of neglect. The additional counts were pattern of criminal offenses and conspiracy. Cole Jr. was seen by Special District Judge David Stevens, wherein bond was set. By the way, it's $2.5 million. Anybody got an extra $2.5 million laying around? If you do, you can get him out. Jason Hicks and Assistant District Attorney Morgan Langford appeared for the state. Now, here's the thing. If George and Kim happen to make bond, and again, George is in the hospital, there was an event last night to where now he's out of ICU, but now he's in critical condition. Not critical, stable, he's in critical condition. All right? But if bonded out, they can't see any of the witnesses and they can have 0 contact with animals. Has anybody ever been told you can't be around an animal? And we will get to that shortly. That's a new one for me. Now, I will say this. What Tina said, according to the court documents, everything she said was 100% true. Did she actually call the police? I don't know. Did she actually call DHS? I don't know, because I don't see anything in black and white. So here's a little reminder.
Revenge on his mom, dad, and his sister.
That's what R.J. Davis told Tina Molina, his great aunt, back on December 11th, after running away from the Quality Inn in Chickasha, where his family was living at the time.
They hit him with the baseball bat.
Abuse, she claims, was ongoing and at the hands of his mother, Kimberly Cole, and his stepfather, George Cole. Both remain behind bars on multiple child abuse complaints.
I know for a fact that they shackle his feet, handcuff him all the way up here and put him on a bar in their bathroom and make him stand there so he can't go to the bathroom or do anything.
While Tina tried to help RJ, she says she was also afraid of his caregivers, and just this week filed 2 victim protective orders against them for stalking and verbal threats.
I've been wanting to turn them in for the longest time, for years, but I was afraid to because it would come back on me. And they would come after me.
Tina said the 3rd time RJ ran away was on Friday. Investigators say he walked away from the hotel and hasn't been seen since. A massive search involving law enforcement and hundreds of volunteers has so far turned up nothing.
I just want him to come home safe and alive. That's all I want. It's killing me. It really is killing me.
Tina believes RJ is still out there alive, though, and has this message for him if he's watching.
RJ, this is your Aunt Tina. Please come out. Your mom and dad's in jail. You're safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, it dropped, and there's more than 20 charges filed.
Yeah, guys, now between the two of them, his mom and his stepdad, we were talking 21 separate charges. His mom,
Now, remember what Tina said in that clip. Many of the charges are exactly what she described. Exactly. So it's going to be one way or another. Did the police just tell him, hey, you ran away, you got to go back home? Did DHS just say, no, we're not going to look at things on your wrists, your ankles. We're not going to talk about dogs or anything. So somebody's got to be lying in this scenario. It's not RJ and it's not his sister because I read the court documents.
More in this building behind me in a jail cell with the district attorney's office tells me his stepdad is now in the hospital. That's because when he returned from court, he came here back to his cell and he tried to kill himself. And then they brought him to the hospital. He was unsuccessful, undergoing treatment now.
I called Cato County when this broke. You know what answer I got? Y'all want to hear this? Y'all want to hear this? When I called him, didn't see nothing. Nuffin. Oh no, didn't see nothing. Didn't see nothing. Nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. And how dare you lie to me when I'm calling from fucking Fox News? Or that might have been the next place I called. I don't know. But you've got no right to lie to me when I'm telling you I'm calling from a reputable news source. Dear God. Can we please have a round of applause for me? Come on. How rude.
It took 9 days, multiple law enforcement agencies and hundreds of volunteers together to find 12-year-old RJ Davis. In that time, he made his way from the hotel where he was last seen in Chickasha to 12 miles away, back to the family's farm. He's now safe and healing from some wounds that could take years.
It's just a terrible thing. It's a terrible world we live in. And I think he went through a terrible ordeal. And
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. And so did the sister.
I'm just thankful to God that he's alive.
Monday, his parents faced a judge. And while the exact circumstances still aren't publicly shared, his mom, Kimberly Cole, is facing 11 charges. 3 child abuse, 2 child sex abuse, 3 child neglect, 2 conspiracy, and 1 crime against nature. Her husband, George Cole Jr., is facing 10 charges. 8 child abuse, 1 for child sex abuse, and 1 for child neglect. Now, right after seeing the judge, Cole Jr. returned to his cell where the district attorney tells us he tried to take his own life. Cole was instead taken to the hospital. OSBI is now investigating. Both are expected back in court mid-April, all while the state works to place RJ in a safe home.
Hopefully they'll place him in a good home, and they'll take care of him a lot better than his mom and stepdad did.
All right, so stepdad's bond, Cole Jr., is now set for $2.5 million. If he does manage to bail out of that, he's going to have lots of restrictions. That includes a GPS device. He can't have any contact with minors, with witness, or with animals. Kim's, the mom, her bail is set for $1.5 million. Live in Caddo County, Chantal Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
A lot of questions. And as far as how George got a sheet in a bucket, OSBI is investigating that. Probably some deputy that saw the charges come across, kicked the bucket in without a mop, and said, well, you got 2 choices. You got the rest of your life in jail, or you can go see the devil early. All right, so the crimes against nature, this is only part of it. Count 11, this is for Kimberly Cole. On or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by committing the detestable and abominable crime against nature by having unnatural and carnal copulation, by committing a sexual act with a canine named BB. So for people that said to me, nobody said she was a dog, Brex. That is exactly what happened. And there's more. There's more. I'm telling you, there's more. But if anybody wants to send some flowers or some hot food to the hospital, George Cole is now in critical condition.
Just in, a man facing more than a dozen charges is in critical condition. Authorities say that man on your screen, George Cole, attempted suicide in Caddo County Jail after his first court hearing. We told you that earlier this week. Now, Cole was arrested last week alongside his wife, Kimberly, after their 12-year-old stepson went missing. That child has since been found and placed in custody of Oklahoma Department of Human Services. The couple are accused of child abuse and sexual abuse.
That's that update that came out overnight. There was an event at the hospital, and old George, he's in critical condition now. Well, hell's waiting. That's all I can say. Hell is waiting. Hell's waiting on him. So if you want to check out early and you can't repent on earth for the horrific things you've done to these children, then I say so be it. Now then, I do not want to get too graphic, but I'm just going to let them do the talking, and I will interject in with the court documents, okay? And I will put them on the screen. You know, before I get to it, let me show you just a little bit of piece of knowledge. Anyone here, I'm sure most are, spiritual. You know the whole I know right from wrong type of thing. I'm pretty sure you do. We're all good friends here. We know the difference between right and wrong. This is what Jesus says about harming children. Let the little children come to me. Jesus welcomed children, telling his disciples not to hinder them, as the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as them, highlighting their inherent worth and openness. Whoever causes one of these little ones to stumble, Matthew 18:6. Tie a rock around your neck and jump in the lake. Taking a child in his arms, Jesus taught that welcoming a child in his arms is the same as welcoming him and his father, says the book of Mark. Do not despise them. Jesus warned against looking down on children, noting that heaven always sees the face. They always see the face of God. Some people don't get it.
Graphic new accusations were leveled today against the boy's mother, Kim Cole, and his stepdad, George Cole Jr.
And tonight we know George Cole attempted to hang himself in his jail cell after hearing those charges in court.
News 4's Adria Goins was there as he was rushed to the hospital. She's also hearing from rescuers about how the boy stayed hidden for so long.
George Cole Jr. was rushed from the Caddo County Detention Center Monday afternoon after he attempted to hang himself inside his cell. We know that he is now...
Loser. They get you on all of these charges. They confront you with everything that they know you did. Plus, you got a gun charge firearms charge. YouTube doesn't like the word G-U-N. You have a firearms charge in Grady County, which you know you're not supposed to have one. But that's the whole thing about criminals. They don't follow the law. That's why when people scream and go, we need stricter laws. Let me ask you something right now. Just do a little quiz. Oklahoma, do you need stricter laws? Or do you know how to act? V. Oakley, do you need stricter laws? Or do you know how to act? Ange, do you need stricter laws? Or do you know how to act? B. Harley, do you need stricter laws? Or do you already know how to act? Duck Lady, do you need stricter laws? Or do you know how to act? It's always the usual freaking suspects. Always the usual suspects. Melanie, do you need stricter laws? Come on. Come on. These charges, every one of their charges have like 20 years to life, every one of them. Every one of them. And George Cole in Oklahoma can actually get the DP in Oklahoma. I can't speak for other states. I'm just telling you, he could get it here.
Now in a hospital receiving treatment.
Oh, look at ambulances taking George away. I can't believe it.
Ambulance with sirens blaring seen leaving the Caddo County Detention Center, allegedly carrying George Cole Jr. to an area hospital moments earlier. He went before a judge, hearing his 14 charges, including child abuse and neglect. Bond set at $2.5 million. Investigators say Cole used a taser, cattle probe, and nightstick to beat the boy. He's also accused of zip tying and handcuffing the child in their home.
Okie doke. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. I probably shouldn't. Let's go up here. I'm scrolling and scrolling. Look at all the charges. 14 charges. 14 charges. RD, who's under the age of 18, they use zip ties and handcuffs to restrain him in the home overnight. The crime is punishable for up to 20 years. An electrical current with a taser on RD, who was under the age of 18. He was stabbed. On or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willfully, maliciously stabbing RJ, who was under the age of 18. Then it goes through, and I don't care about the money. I don't care about the money. They get their money from them working in the prison. On or about the first day of January 2020, forcing RJ under the age of 18 to eat Louisiana hot sauce as punishment. On or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, willfully, maliciously slamming RD's head, who was under the age of 18, into a pickup truck. Are you serious? That is the lightest of the charges. You understand? These are the lightest of the charges. Believe it. We will get to. Okay, hang on. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't know what the hell happened. And I was on a roll.
She allegedly forced her children to watch porn. Documents say both parents forced the boy to eat hot sauce as a punishment. The two were arrested days after they reported Cole's son missing in Chickasha.
He's built to survive. He's a survivor.
These three men, part of the United Cajun Navy, found the boy Sunday missing for 10 days.
Nobody could find him. He didn't want to be found.
They found him after 3 hours of searching, focusing on an area near his family's land, already searched twice by law enforcement.
He had shelter. We were kind of shocked because we just turned around and he was there in the open. So, not what we were expecting, but we're glad it happened.
The team describing how the boy managed to stay undetected and fed for more than a week.
He was coming out of his hidey hole at night and refilling the one water bottle he had and kind of just scavenging around. There was like some hiking food, MRE type stuff that he had gotten into.
The rescuers bringing him to the hotel, doubling as a makeshift headquarters to get checked out before he was taken to the hospital. Adria Goins, Oklahoma's News 4.
We are thankful for those rescuers. George Cole Jr., who is still in the hospital, is expected to be back in court in April.
Gotta wait till April. Hey, sorry about the technical difficulties. If anyone in Oklahoma has noticed, it's very windy here today. Very windy. We have like what they call straight line winds, and it's not going to be pretty coming tonight. Not going to be pretty. Now, while people are saying that they deserve their due process, they sure do, because they're United States citizens. And we need to wait till all the information comes out. Well, it's coming out little by little. So if you took any sort of civics class, you know there's different stages of the court process. You have a probable cause affidavit. People are arrested. And then it goes on and on and on and on. The fact that they're not going to see a judge again until April coincides with what the OSBI said, as in, they're still investigating this case. They're still investigating. And they don't need to be in any hurry. You know why? Because they want it done right. They want it stacked up to the ceiling. They want it like right at the tippy top. Anytime you rush justice, it all falls apart. That's like playing the game Jenga when you're drunk. So I've seen a few things, in different groups I'm in where they're like, well, they better get to it. They better step it up. Why? These people aren't going anywhere. Let them sit. Let them eat their beans and white bread. Let them sit there. as they figure out everything that they can possibly do under the law. Right now, both of the children are safe. They're definitely safe. And Kim is safe. She's in jail. George is in critical condition. But hey, he did that one to himself.
Found alive. Child abuse and child neglect charges now filed against his mother and stepfather. The 12-year-old from Chickasha was missing for 10 days before a grassroots organization discovered him. And we've also learned George Cole Jr. attempted to take his own life inside the Caddo County Jail earlier today. News 4's Adria Goins has new information from Caddo County, and we do want to warn you, some of the details are very disturbing.
We have confirmed that George Cole Jr. was rushed from the Caddo County Detention Center here by ambulance Monday afternoon. He's now at a hospital receiving treatment. This coming just hours after official charges came down. Kim Cole facing 11 counts of child abuse, neglect, and crimes against nature. Her husband facing 14 similar counts. Court records showed George Cole Jr. reportedly zip-tied and handcuffed the boy in their home overnight. He also used a taser, cattle probe, and nightstick to beat the child. Documents also say both parents forced the boy to eat hot sauce as a punishment. Kim Cole faces sexual abuse charges, including bestiality and forcing her child to watch porn.
Okay, until StreamYard messed me up, let's go ahead and look at these charges. These are public record. So if anybody wants to shame us for looking at them, well, then shame on them. Okay, again, it's always going to be from 2020 till 2025. Okay, these are Kim Cole's charges. This is against her daughter, a minor child who was under the age of 16 years old at that time, by exposing her daughter to SA, specifically the defendant having sex with a canine. And it appears she made her daughter watch or tried to get her daughter to participate. I don't know. Again, 2020 to 2025, maliciously SA of her daughter by touching her top half and looking down her shirt in a lewd and lascivious manner. The child neglect seems to go right back to not providing appropriate education. There's another education one, which is very important. Then it goes to conspiracy, a class D1 felony, because both her and George were working together to continue abusing the children. Then you get to count 10. This is only for Kim. This is not for George. Not that I care about George. I'm just telling you what's in the documents. 2020 through 2025, copulation by committing sexual acts with a canine named Bear. Count 11, committing the detestable and abominable crime against nature by having unnatural and carnal copulation with committing SA with a canine named BB. Another one of the charges is that they were watching, I'm going to say, movies, and Kim would have the children watch these movies, and it was animals having unnatural intercourse with humans. Okay? True story. True story. It is beyond horrible.
He's built to survive. He's a survivor.
These 3 men, part of the United Cajun Navy, found the boy Sunday. He had been missing for more than a week.
Nobody could find him. He didn't want to be found.
These 3 were called to be part of the search in Chickasha, driving overnight Saturday into Sunday to look for the boy. They found him in just 3 hours.
He had shelter. He actually came out and approached us. So he was shaken and apologetic for us having to be there looking for him. But we reassured him he was going to be safe.
The team describing how the boy managed to stay undetected and fed for 10 days.
He was coming out of his hidey hole at night and refilling the one water bottle he had and kind of just scavenging around. There was like some hiking food, MRE type stuff that he had gotten into.
The rescuers taking him to a hotel, which doubled as a makeshift headquarters to get checked out before he was taken to the hospital. Adria Goins, Oklahoma's News 4.
Anybody want a music break? Because I've pumped a lot of info into your head in the last hour. Let's have a music break. There's no love in Oklahoma when you hurt a child. Exactly, Oklahoma. You think these ICE demonstrations are something? You ought to see the anger around this state when someone hurts a child. We could give a rat's ass if someone gets put somewhere where they need to be. But in Oklahoma, it's totally different. And what's really sad is that George and Kim are under super protection because of the threats that are being made to the jail. You know how many Okies are out there trying to get DUIs just to be in the same cell with them? Telling you, they'll catch a charge to be alone with them. They don't care. And I don't think old Kim and Georgie Poo understand what's going to happen. Because when they see the judge in April, someone's charges are going to be escalated because OSBI reiterated again. This is an ongoing investigation. And as you remember, our governor signed the bill saying that if you do something to a child, I don't mean spanking them on the bottom or putting them in timeout. I think you all know what I'm talking about. You are eligible for the DP here. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, first off, before we get started, I want to warn you that you may find some of these details disturbing as they are involving children, but a lot of these documents are sealed. The main charging affidavits are, but we did get our hands on the documents describing the charges, and they really kind of explain why they were filed, and it names not only that 12-year-old boy as being a victim, but also a little girl.
It took multiple agencies and hundreds of volunteers together to find a 12-year-old boy. And now while he's in state custody, his parents are in the Caddo County Jail. And today we're getting a better idea of why. These documents show the boy's stepfather, George Cole Jr., faces 14 charges. They include accusations he tied his child up with zip ties and handcuffs, tased and stabbed him, and many more abuses not suitable for TV. We've also learned he's charged with the abuse of a young girl, something we didn't know from investigators prior to this. As for the boy's mother, Kimberly Cole, she faces 11 charges which are similar. And on top of that, she's accused of crimes involving animals. Investigators say in addition to the abuse, they never provided education for either child and showed a pattern of criminal offenses. This all allegedly happened between January 2020 and now. We reached out to Oklahoma Department of Human Services today to talk about the case and whether the state has ever visited this property and what became of those visits. But the agency says state and federal confidentiality laws stop them from being able to say much and want to protect the integrity.
Piss on Oklahoma DHS. Piss on them. Did they take a report or not? Is Tina lying or are they lying? And yes, RJ lost a tooth because he got hit in the face with a cattle prod. And the media is going to continue saying the parents, because if someone catches 2 seconds of something, they're going to go, well, who are these people? What do you mean? The people taking care of them. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, not everybody puts things together unless they follow them. And that's the truth. No, they're not parents. No, they're not parents. But, I mean, unfortunately, KOTV and KOCO can't say what they're really thinking. They can't say, this dude that was with the egg donor. Now, what I want to know, did DHS really get reports? Or do we believe Tina that said she was too scared to report it because she was scared of them? Seems to me she truly was scared of them because before they were even arrested, she had protective orders in place. I have No drops of piss for any of them.
Of the investigation. This case is one that's touched the hearts of thousands of Oklahomans. So we also asked DHS how you at home can help kids like these victims. DHS calls the compassion meaningful and encourages people to become foster parents or support foster families.
And while we chose not to mention some of these more graphic details here on TV, we did link the documents themselves with this story on KOCO.com. In Oklahoma City, Chantal Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
Emma Lou said, just getting here, who is George? That would be the so-called stepfather. All right, so I'm going to get to the rest of his charges. Remember, there's some I can't go through. Remember, this is a span of 5 years, 2020 to 2025. Willfully, maliciously striking RJ, who was under the age of 18 years old, with a nightstick. Where he got one, I'll never know. I'm just going to guess a pawn shop. Willfully, this is count 8, maliciously using a cattle probe on RJ, who was under the age of 18, causing him to lose a tooth when they were in Woodward, Oklahoma. Now, the rest I can kind of describe, but I can't describe them in detail because, well, we know YouTube wants it to be Sesame Street. You know what I mean? That's a true story. It's a true story. And I get it. I get it. And these are horrible, horrible people. And what they have done to these children is unfathomable. I don't even understand their line of thinking. Everything has gone on since January of 2020 up until RJ ran away January 7th of 2026. Or I'm sorry, January 2nd of 2026. It is disturbing. They are monsters, and it's disgusting. But I just want to say thank you so much for you guys being here. I understand this is not a case that you can, what's the word? Take lightly. I hope I didn't offend anybody by putting out public details. I know some people are saying there's no need to put his picture up because he's not missing anymore. His picture's on my TV right now. His parents are on my TV right now, if you want to call them that. It's an ongoing investigation. I want him out of the hospital. I want them to find a very nice family for him to be with and eventually get to see his sister, because probably something we have to talk about in Discord. There's an issue with him and his sister. It seems like some of the documents show there was an issue between him and his sister. So if everybody could please hit the like, and if you've got nothing else to do, go through the other lives we've done and hit the hype. You get 3 a week. Now I'm working on another show. I think I'm going to do it at noon, 2 hours from now. Won't make me popular, but I think it needs to be talked about. So I'll see you guys back here in a couple of hours. Everybody, please come back because I love your faces. You're always here for the right reasons. You're not here to spread bullshit. You're not here to cause problems. You're just here to be the awesome people that you are.
Can we just stop?